This video is going to discuss 10 mistakes that a daily deal websites should avoid making at all costs. Hi there, I'm Mark Horn, co-founder of dailydealbuilder.com. We create and run and power daily deal websites all around the globe. And so we kind of have a nice inside first-hand look at some of the behaviors that daily deal sites should be doing, and of course some of the behaviors that daily deal sites should not be doing. So without further ado, that leads us into number one mistake. And these are not in any particular order, and they are all very important. So number one would be putting a business out of business. It's happened before, and it really will happen again, whether or not a merchant doesn't work out their numbers correctly or they fail to set a maximum quantity available, only to find that they just sold 10,000 vouchers. If all 10,000 of those folks who bought redeem the voucher, that business might go out of business. It's not going to look good to other vendors if you are one of the core reasons why a business shuts its doors. So, one of the main goals that a daily deal site should have is to help merchants, not hurt them. If you're locking in deals with businesses, just be sure that you help them understand how to work out their numbers and make sure they won't be going bankrupt anytime soon after running a deal with you. Go ahead and make sure the merchant chooses a maximum quantity correctly, and one that they can handle, and also be sure that they're prepared and knowledgeable on redemption and follow-up. This also applies to you if you source deals. It still applies to you, and you still have a duty to closely examine the deals that are running through your website. Really upsetting your merchants isn't good for anyone, and you surely won't be featuring another one of those merchants' deals on your website or potentially upselling them any further services anytime in the near future. If they don't have a great experience. Number two, running a deal on a bad product. Now, it's always a wise thing to remember that you can't make a bad business good by simply marketing a deal. All you can do is market that deal. In other words, do everything possible in your power to ensure you're not running a deal from a shady business who might potentially screw your customers over. I've also seen quite a few cases of this, where a daily deal site will run a deal only to find that the business kind of sketches out and doesn't fulfill the actual deal. Needless to say, the people who bought the deal from you end up looking poorly at your business. One of the other main goals for you as a deal site owner is to help your customers get great deals on quality products and services, and not offer them crap services at a discount. A little search engine and social media investigation can really help you spot in advance a business or a merchant that might not be suited to feature a deal on your website. Just as you don't want to put a business out of business, you really also don't want a business to put you out of business, and striking a deal with a merchant who intends to screw your customers out of their money really might just do that. Number three, expanding too quickly. I really do see it all too often where folks either expand to new markets prematurely, or they simply expect their deal business to just make them a millionaire or billionaire overnight. Watching Groupon and other companies shoot to such large levels so quickly might make you think that you're going to just follow directly in their footsteps. But the fact of the matter is, however, that yes, you can launch a daily deal site without investor money, and you can actually get set up and quickly turn profits rather quickly. But running a daily deal site needs to be looked at as a real business and not as a get-rich-overnight type of venture. It's important to set SMART goals, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. And you just really have to take into account the fact that you are offering discounts on products and services, and you're also giving that business their cut. So needless to say, there are plenty of other industries that have much higher margins than the daily deal industry. Number four, breaking the law. Pretty obvious, right? But the fact of the matter is that, varying states and countries have different organizations and laws that monitor e-commerce. Just as we recently saw Groupon's investigation by the UK Office of Fair Trading, also Groupon getting in trouble for offering alcoholic beverages when not allowed. One of the negative effects of expanding too early is that you might fail to properly research local laws. Seeking legal advice in advance is always, always, always the best recommendation. This really isn't one of those things where it's going to be better for you to ask for forgiveness than permission. Leads us into number 5, starting a fight with Groupon. I would recommend to avoid saying things like move over Groupon or we're going to steal Groupon's thunder. It's just about every week I see a new press release coming out that has similar things like that. And the fact of the matter is Groupon's advertising budget is probably much, much, much larger than yours. And yes, the smaller niche or geographic specific websites are really, really booming right now. But like I just discussed, you're not going to become an overnight sensation. This isn't always true, and yes, you could get your site launched and really, start to grab a fair market share. But I would just recommend not going out of the gate by starting a fight with Groupon or even Living Social or one of the top players right away. Launching too early. If you take your website to market before it's finished being built, or if you get one merchant to do a deal but you don't have anything lined up afterwards, you could be launching too early, and it can alienate your potential customers if parts of your site aren't finished yet, or if they come back to the site once or twice and there are no more deals. I would recommend to push your launch date back just a little bit and really make sure the fine details are taken care of and that all of your ducks are in a row. Number 7, lying. Seems rather obvious, of course, and just as most of these do, just as breaking the law. They're kind of common sense type things. It's important not to tell a business that you could sell 300 vouchers for them and only sell 5. Honesty and transparency are absolutely clutch, and it's really, really important not to cheat, steal, or step over any boundaries in your daily deal business. And again, you just really want to look at your two priorities, and your priorities are making your customers happy and making your merchants happy. And lying about anything in the entire process will surely get somebody upset at some point. Wearing too many hats. If you don't know what QuickBooks is, say, you might not be best suited to run your own accounting. Properly leveraging your time and resources is the way to run a smart business. If you have the writing skills of a 5th grader, you should probably think about outsourcing or hiring a skilled copywriter to write your deal copy. Outsourcing and crowdsourcing and insourcing where necessary really will save you days of headaches and just countless hours. And it's incredibly important to remember that. Ignoring social sites. There's really a close connection between social media and daily deals. At this point, you just can't ignore Facebook anymore. Facebook has, they'll be coming up on 1 billion users, and it's absolutely huge. And Facebook's goal for you as a business is to do just what they've got set up with their timelines, and that's that they want you to tell a story, to connect, engage, and provide a cool environment for your customers and potential customers. And so really making sure that you're set up and integrated on things like Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, LinkedIn are really important. Just because of the relationship that daily deal sites do have with social networking sites. And when one of your customers goes and orders a coupon from your website, they're going to be likely to share that with their friends and their network of friends, both immediately right when they get the deal, but also after they actually use it. And so it's going to be really important that you already have your presence up there in advance in preparation for that. Finally, number 10, making up products. Now, some businesses really just won't want to run an offer on your deal site. Just accept it. If the only way a business will run a deal on your site is if they can make up a new product or service, you probably shouldn't be featuring them on your site. Now, I'm not referring to bundling products, and yes, bundling products and being creative on the deals that you will feature is absolutely brilliant. Now, what I'm saying and referring to is that you shouldn't claim to be offering 90% off a product that has never been sold before, because really, who's to say it's actually 90% off? So don't mistake number 10 here, making up products, for bundling and things of that nature, because those are very important and can really help a merchant out and help you out and kind of coming up with a cool deal that people are going to be really interested in. And it's more just making up a product out of thin air is not going to be the wise thing. So those are the top 10 kind of mistakes that I see happening ever so often, and it's important to just know them in advance and look out for them. A few things that we didn't really go over here, always making sure the terms that that your merchants offer on the products that they feature on your website, making sure that you've really worked out the terms and conditions. That's also something I see quite a bit is with people who will sell a product or service on their daily deal site and they didn't end up getting all the terms worked out. And it's just important to make sure that all the contracts and the I's are dotted and T's are crossed when we're going about this stuff. If you want to learn more about the daily deal industry, over at our blog at dailydealbuilder.com/blog, we post up regular articles and reports and information that is all about the daily deal industry with a lot of great free tools, tips, and tricks. Whether or not you're already running a daily deal site, whether or not you're interested in starting to run one, head on over there and go ahead and get subscribed to our blog, and I'm quite sure you will find a lot of the information very, very helpful for you. Thank you, and have a great day.